You are listening to a Reverie original podcast. Please download the Reverie app to get the best in queer film, TV series, music, and podcasts. Stream out loud.
Hello to all of our podcast listeners, and welcome back to Podcast of Color. We are one trash bag short this week. Could you guess? Do you know who it is? I'll give you a second to guess, and then just say it out loud 3 times and we'll hear you. Yes, so I am Baze, the hee-haw huntress herself, and who are the other two?
That will give away who's missing, right?
No, I just said that to just say it out loud. I don't know. I was like, just say it out loud to yourself.
I'm Renee.
So you guessed it, Rakeem is missing this week. It's just me, John, and Renee.
Hey, Renee.
So how are you feeling this week, Renee?
I don't know if I really talk about that. You know what I mean?
Is that Renee's voice?
Renee, how was Folsom weekend?
You know, it was so good. I fucked Elon Musk, but I can't really talk about that. You know what I mean?
Oh my god.
You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
You get what I'm saying?
So, moving on.
You get what I'm saying?
Yeah,
yes.
we do.
Yes.
Okay, I'm being Renee, sorry.
Yeah, we got that.
Yeah, so the question of color this week is going to be, what is your favorite Halloween movie? What are you most excited to watch this month as you get ready for the spooky season?
Oh,
anybody want to
you
start?
guys go first.
Oh, I forgot. I know.
I know.
For some reason, I forgot we had to answer the question. I was just about to be like, okay. Oh, man.
So mine is definitely going to be Hocus Pocus. I mean, why not?
Yeah.
Hocus Pocus, and probably, you know what I haven't seen in a long time? The Tia and Tamara one.
Twitches?
Twitches?
Yeah.
You mean the one with Tia twice?
Yes, Tia twice. Tia Square.
Tia Square. Tia and Tia Mowry. I love Tia and Tia and Sister.
Amazing.
Oh, T. Wait, why Hocus Pocus?
Just Hocus Pocus is like that movie, like that I grew up. Like I it's probably one of my earliest memories of like really watching something that kind of celebrates Halloween. Oh wait, but you know what? Actually that is wrong. I'm thinking Halloween Town.
Bitch, why did you say my answer? Fuck you.
Halloween
Town. Sorry. I just, because I really thought, no, Hocus Pocus is one of them too, but Halloween Town is actually the first one that I was like,
Halloween
really,
Town is that Disney movie, right? With
Halloween Town is that girl, like, when...
It had Carrie Fisher's mother.
Yeah.
Whose name I can't
remember. And like, she was
Debbie
a
Reynolds?
witch.
There we go.
Like, she's a witch and her granddaughter's a witch or some shit.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that was a good one.
And on her 13th birthday, you go to Halloween Town or something?
I feel like Lana Del Rey was born in Halloween Town. Doesn't that sound right to you?
Really? I feel like Grimes was born in Halloween Town.
Janelle's from there too. If it was like
true.
the segregated half.
The segregated, she was on the black side of Halloween
Separate
Town.
but not equal. It's like the Nightmare Before Christmas, you know?
I haven't seen that in a long time.
See, I don't
get that reference.
Will you not judge me, John? I've never seen The Nightmare Before Christmas.
Wait, what?
I really don't think it's like, I think it's okay, but I don't think it's as great as everyone says.
Oh God, I'm about to be dragged. The first time I even heard of it was in Kingdom Hearts, to be really honest with you.
Wait, you've never heard of Nightmare Before Christmas if it wasn't for the video game?
Yeah.
Wow.
I don't think that's shameful.
It's not, I just think it's like, I don't know. I was going to say, I feel bad for my answer because my answer is cliche. It's Nightmare Before Christmas. I just feel like it's so popular and like...
I just feel like niggas don't run around talking about, oh, did you see Jack Skellington, my guy? Like, that doesn't happen. Like, you know?
Yeah.
It wasn't like a movie that I saw until I was like in high school. I don't think I saw it as a kid.
Because Baze stayed watching The Prince of Egypt. I saw your Instagram story.
Oh yes, bitch! The Prince of Egypt stands up. Aside from the all-white voice cast,
He said, "All the Egyptian kings rise up."
Look, Ramses and those lips,
My pharaohs.
Stop.
You can't knock the nose off my pharaoh. Yes, like I just want Moses and Ramses to run a train on me.
Choo-choo.
The cartoon versions, yes.
Are
I don't know what the real niggas look like.
You want him to like part your Red Sea?
Wow.
I do. I did make a water being clear joke because you could see like the wells through the water. And,
Yeah.
And Ian was like, me and Ian were like, yeah, John would have loved to have been here for this moment.
John was the
Thank
moment.
you.
John was the Fleetwater.
Thank you.
Was it John in water form? He was reincarnated.
What is that show? What was that show on like Nickelodeon or whatever it was, where that girl turned into that puddle of like chrome shit? You know?
Oh my god,
Secret
Alex
World
Mack.
of
Yes,
Alex
that's
Mack.
John, but like Fleetwater.
I missed that show. I thought, you know what I thought? I didn't think she was water. I thought she was a Capri Sun.
Bitch, me.
Because she was
Oh
the
my
liquid
God.
was always the color of Capri Sun.
I love niggas. We thought the same thing. I was like, "Where's the straw?"
Oh, this bitch turned into a Capri Sun?
Every time I saw that girl, it made me want to get the yellow straw with like the pointy end. They don't even make that shit anymore. Now we have plastic straws. Oh my god!
No, there's
I
Capri
miss-
Suns. They still make Capri Suns. Sometimes they get them they put them in the kitchen at my job.
Damn, can you
They
ship me one?
stock it up. Girl, they should have them. You know what's really funny? I have a Australian friend, and she just had a Capri Sun for the first time like 2 days ago. They
No
don't have Capri Suns,
way.
like, in
Oh
Australia.
no,
Yeah, like I watched her drink it for the first time. She's like, "Oh, okay."
that's it. She's a serial killer. Leave.
No, she's like, "Oh, that's cool." I don't know how to do it.
Whoa,
No.
Did you say
No.
Like she's a pirate?
No.
Shiver
No,
me
that's what they
timbers.
say. When they say no, they like add a bunch of R's in there
Pirates.
in their accent.
Our Australian
No,
listeners are so
Australians.
upset right now.
They're not. They understand. Look, they make fun of our accents too.
That's true.
Well, we're not making fun of their accents. We're actually paying. When I'm doing the British accent, I'm actually trying to do a British
You
accent.
paid tribute. Is that what you think you're doing? He's like, I'm actually complimenting them with this accent.
Actually, you should be honored.
Are you complimented by Iggy Azalea's black scent? Ooh,
What?
did I just shake the table?
What?
Are you complimented by Iggy Azalea's black scent? Does it feel like a compliment to you?
Oh my god.
Woo, did I make you think about it?
Error. It does not compute.
Oh, bitch. Anyway, yeah, is everyone covered in terms of
What
In
do
the
we-
blood?
the
What do we
question?
think? Rakeem.
I'm sorry.
In what? In the blood?
You said the
You
blood.
said covered. I said in the blood.
Yes, and it's not nasty, John. I know that you've never been to church.
Ooh, tell
But
it.
for us
tell
black
it.
folks, being covered in the blood is a good thing.
Tell it.
Oh, what does it mean?
John, so when I never forget, we were at the taco truck in LA, somewhere in LA.
Oh no.
And me and Ricky were talking about being covered in the blood. And for all of our black listeners, you know that is holy. That means you are covered by Jesus Christ himself. You are blessed.
Oh.
Not all
by the
have
blood of
that.
Christ.
That's something that not everyone has.
Mm-hmm. John, being the heathen slut whore that he is.
Hey,
Um,
no slut shaming on this show.
We didn't say it was bad.
John, being the whore that he is, was disgusted because he thought that meant blood play.
No,
He thought that
I
meant.
thought it meant. Well,
What'd you think
I
it
thought
meant?
that meant like when you're getting
Mhm.
a
Oh,
train
no.
run on you really hard or whatever,
Like
and then
when
you
you
leave some
paint
blood on
them?
the. And you leave blood on the.
I love that. When we're talking about being covered in the blood, your first thought was
Being
an ass being
ripped
cut open,
open
and not
asunder.
Jesus Christ himself. No, you guys know what I just saw today on my timeline on Twitter, and I might have to mute this person. They're funny otherwise, but they retweeted a picture of this guy getting fisted.
Oh,
and it's like these two white muscle gays, and like one of them is like bent over, he's getting fisted on the bed, and they're listening to like techno music or whatever it is. Y'all really be listening to that shit when y'all fucking. Like sometimes I see the videos online, and y'all really be listening to that shit outside of the club. Yeah, like they listen to it outside of the club.
They're
like,
probably on drugs or something.
But even when I'm inebriated, I do not enjoy it like that. Like I tolerate it because it's what's available, but I just can't imagine being like, yes, let's listen to some of that.
This is how you know Babe doesn't go to bathhouses or like.
I've been to a bathhouse before.
But that is all they play. Like
that's what they play in there.
I've been to a bathhouse before.
Baze walks in there and he's like, excuse me, are you on drugs or something? Why is there
Are you on drugs or something? Hello? Are you on drugs or something? No, but anyway, this guy's getting fisted, right? Then his ass starts to fall out of his ass, right?
Oh, wait,
like,
what?
The inside falls out. And then the other guy's like holding, like it rosebuds, but then it becomes like, it blooms. So Stream Bloom on Apple Music. Troye Sivan did that a little bit,
and the Troye Sivan album popped out.
Yes, and it like popped out. And then he like kind of like slurps it back into his ass.
Wait,
it was the most disgusting.
Wait, no, why'd you use that word?
It was like you know what it was. You know what it was like. It was like when like a kid like spits like a really thick piece of like phlegmy spit, and then they suck it back into their mouth. That's what it was like. Yes, imagine it. Anyway, that's going to be it for the Minutes of Color. I mean, Minutes of Color. That's going to be it for the intro.
Wow. You guys wanted a Halloween episode. You're getting a Halloween.
Yes.
I'm spooked, bitch.
Oh, you wanted a twist?
This is some scary shit.
What up? What?
Hey. Hey.
And we're back.
Hi, sisters.
With Minutes of Color. Give me an A. Give me a B. Give me a C. Now you know your ABCs. So, where to begin? I don't know where to begin.
So much happening. There's so much happening.
Yeah, so much things and stuff.
Nouns, verbs, items, things.
Yes, yelling, lots of yelling, internets, meltdowns,
Ooh, child, the ghetto,
arrests. Just a little bit of fun.
A little bit of everything.
Because I like to have fun.
I love that
fun. Just like to have fun. Yeah.
I just enjoy myself, I just like to have fun.
You know what I mean? Just
you know what I mean?
Yell at an employee or two,
Yeah.
All right.
Sometimes I just like to treat retail employees like shit,
Baze.
Yeah.
Is your thing recording?
Yes. It is. Thank you. Thank you.
Messy.
Thank you.
So
what's on the
Lord
docket?
Jesus? I'm having to like reopen all my tabs, bitch, because I like deleted all these motherfuckers.
Damn.
You gotta reopen all
Excuse me, that
tabs.
was a little burp. I promise I'm home trained.
Are you?
I am. Thank you very much. Massa trained me in the big house.
Oh no.
No.
Yikes.
No.
So, I don't like. Okay, here's what we'll start with. We'll start with Harry Potter. Harry Potter and the audacity of this bitch. Let's talk about.
This is so good.
That's the name of the episode.
Yeah.
Harry Potter and the audacity of this bitch. Let's talk Fantastic Beasts. Let's talk Nagini. So for those of you who don't know who Nagini is a snake in the world of Harry Potter.
She's Taylor Swift.
Nagini is the Taylor Swift of Harry Potter. No, she's not actually, because Nagini is a woman of color, as we now know.
Oh.
Yes. Nagini is the snake that is also a Horcrux to Voldemort. If you don't know what a Horcrux is, you should look it up, because I don't feel like explaining it, because I'm a Harry Potter fan. And yes, I'm snooty about that shit.
Girl, it's a podcast.
Girl, yes, it's a podcast. And if you want a Harry Potter podcast, you should just go listen to that.
He said Harry Potter and the Sacred Text, bitch.
Bitch. Exactly. Actually, a great podcast, by the way.
Do you think Harry Potter was wearing a fancy dress when he...
You think motherfucking Harry Potter was wearing a fucking gown and heels on when he was going to fight Voldemort?
He was taking the Muggleborns to freedom?
For freedom? To freedom?
Bitch. No, okay, so my favorite scenario, which I really like... Oh, I already told this already. I already talked about this before. Never mind.
No, do it again.
Well, my scenario in my head, if you weren't here for the last time I mentioned this, I just really picture Harry Potter in the Chamber of Secrets, but like Harry's dressed like Ariana Grande. He's wearing like a really oversized hoodie as like a dress, and he's wearing like jean boots with like a clear heel. And when the basilisk is like, that's another type of snake in Harry Potter world. The basilisk is searching for him. It's been blinded by Fawkes, the Dumbledore's Phoenix. Yeah. And so, like, now it's, like, kind of searching, but it can only taste and, like, hear and whatever. And so, like, Harry's, like, trying not to make any sounds, but he's, like clicking around the Chamber of Secrets in his, like, clear heels. I love it. And he's wearing, like, I feel like he has, like, his hair in, like, a messy bun, like, in one of those, like, tiny top knots. You know the ones that those guys that, like, really don't have enough hair for a man bun, but they just, like, force it anyway. He has, like, that going on, and he's wearing, like, I don't know, like, some clunky, like... earrings, you know what I mean? Like some like hoops. Like he went to like the dollar store in the hood and he got like some like juicy, like it says juicy or something, or like I don't know.
And in that like ghetto like cursive font.
Yes, and he's wearing like lip liner, but he has it like lined too much, like overlined because his lips are too thin. So he's doing maybe he does the Kylie Jenner lip kit, you know? He has like the thick eyebrows, you know, the drawn on ones. They just look like two caterpillars on the top of his eyes.
Yes. Does he have the lip liner too?
That's what I just said. Yeah, he has a lip liner.
Oh,
but he overlines his lips so that because he has thin lips. He has like Kylie Jenner before the lip injections.
Damn.
So he has to line it. He has to line it over.
Damn. What is his name still Harry?
It's whatever it needs to be in the moment. I thought Henriette would be suitable. Henriette, yes.
Henriette Potter. Henriette Potter.
Or Henrietta Potter.
Henrietta Potter.
Miss Potter if you're nasty. No, my name isn't baby. It's Henrietta Potter. Miss Potter if you're nasty.
Miss Potter if you're nasty.
This is too convoluted. It's so... I can't.
And then like
it's not, John. You have to be imaginative.
Exactly. And then he like stabs the basilisk with like the clear heel because it's like a sharp clear heel. It's not like a clunky like it's not like a square. You know what I'm talking about? Like,
and this is the noise that he does. He goes, and that's what when he says, and then that's what he does when he stabs it in.
And he stabs it in the eye. And then he saves everyone. He takes and him and everyone else gets on Fawkes the Phoenix and they fly back up to Hogwarts. The end.
Wow.
Thank you.
I want to thank Jordan Tens. And this is for all the women of color. That was beautiful bass.
This is actually for all the appropriators out there who love Black culture but don't actually contribute to it. Thank you so much. This is for all the Jeffree Stars and the what's the cover boy's name? This is for all the James Charles out there and that one annoying white boy who's like always pretending to be a black woman on Twitter. You know who I'm talking about. He's like, shut the fuck up. I'm so ghetto, and he's like doing these weird poses, and he's like, do you know who I'm talking about, Rakeem?
No. I don't, but I have to say thank you so much to Iggy Azalea. Without your appropriation, I would not be here today.
Scarlett Johansson changed my life.
Oh so my God. Much. I have to say thank you so much to Ed Sheeran.
Oh my God.
I didn't know what R&B music was before I met you.
Post Malone is my idol.
I have to say thank you.
Yeah.
To the legend and the icon that is Justin Timberlake.
Oh my God.
Because without your blue-eyed soul, I would not know the depths of my own soul.
Thank you,
last
Sam
but not
Smith.
least,
Sam Smith.
To my confidant, to my lover, to my friend, and most of all, to my partner. I want to say thank you to Adele, because Lemonade was that album, but you deserved it as well. Thank you so much.
Bitch, we're supposed to be shouting out people who don't deserve, and you shouting out Adele.
Because
she stole Beyonce's thing.
Yeah, but she didn't do it on purpose. They gave it. They made the decision. She apologized as she was receiving it.
And what about it?
What was she supposed to do? Give her the award?
Yes.
Do you think Beyonce would have accepted that? She would have been insulted.
Let's get back to.
Thank you, John, for getting us back on track. So we were talking about Harry Potter.
Yeah.
And we were talking about Nagini. So Nagini, as I was saying, is a Horcrux and a pet snake of Voldemort. In the most recent Fantastic Beasts trailer, she was revealed to be a Korean woman. Which is interesting because Nagini is an Indian name and it has Indian origin. J.K. Rowling claimed that she based it off of, well, what she said is the Naga, which is this name is based on, are snake-like mythical creatures of Indonesian mythology. They are sometimes depicted as winged, sometimes as half human, half snake. Indonesia comprises a few hundred ethnic groups, including Javanese, Chinese, and Betawi. Have a lovely day.
Wow.
What she did, yes. None of those are Korean though, so I don't know.
Have a lovely day. That's like when people say "be blessed."
Yes, I'm very confused by that because
she just like white-splained to me Indonesian culture.
You know, like, sweetie. First of all, I know more. I just do.
This is like when Tilda Swinton emailed Margaret Cho, but like it's like a reverse experience of that.
Yeah.
Oh God, I don't.
Yeah. So she said this. Somebody else disproved her. I don't have the tweet in front of me, but they pointed out, like, it was like an Indian guy pointed out that it actually has Indian origin, that name, and that it's just interesting that she like chose to like go over all of that to like come up with this explanation. She also claimed that she's been sitting on this for 20 years, which, girl, the lies.
Why
20
you
years
always lying?
She's been working on it for 20 years and she still got it wrong, you know?
Damn. Yeah, you know? That doesn't look too good on you, sis. 20 years and you still can't get your Asians right?
Oh, no.
Doesn't look good, sis. Doesn't look good. But I mean, I don't know that she's in charge of the casting. So I don't want to put it all on her.
Her fucking intellectual property. Of course she is.
But like at this point, like I know a few people. It's interesting because like now, like I know a few authors who've gotten their movies, who've gotten their books, or I met, you know what I mean? Like I'm in the vicinity of people that like have gotten their movies, their books optioned as movies. And, actually one of my friends just got a deal and I don't think that they have the control that a lot of people think that they have. Like you're kind of like putting that, like you kind of have like a little bit of like, you have input and the director can choose to like have you more involved or not. But ultimately it's going to be their vision and you can't really like come in and just be like, well, I want this and this needs to happen here and then that needs to happen. Like unless you have that in the contract, you know what I mean?
But I feel like, this is J.K. Rowling. Like she's not some like local, but this isn't like, you know.
Oh, I think if she wanted to, she could have said something and it would have changed things. But I'm just saying, I don't think that she's like the decision maker. Like I think that she can guide them, but I don't think she's like the ultimate decision maker.
Got it.
That being said, I do think she's still culpable in this, and I definitely think that she has to be, because why are you defending it this hard?
I mean, yeah. I don't know.
'Cause, like you've been working on this for 20 years and you've been called out for not having women of color or people of color in general in your movies, in your series. And I just feel like this is just her trying to make up for that lack of that in the first series. And now she's like throwing people of color in it. Like it kind of doesn't make sense. Like I know, like it just like a lot of the diversity doesn't make sense to me. And I just kind of go with it. Like in the last movie, there was, I fucking forgot her name. But the president of the American version of the Wizarding World,
the black lady,
yeah, she's black, and it's like this is 1920s America. Like, there's no way a black woman is president of the United States when she's still considered a second-class citizen.
Wait, but she wasn't president of the United States. She was president of the Magic Association.
like she was like she was the American version equivalent of the prime minister.
Okay. So, okay, I see what you're saying. Yeah. Okay, sorry.
So she was the president of like the American wizard. I don't know if there was just like that part of the country. I don't remember if they got too deeply into that, but it just was like, sis, like you, like there's just no thought. There's no real thought into it. And then, Carmen I'm gonna fuck this up. Iogo. She was the one who played her. She also played Coretta Scott King. I forgot about that.
We stand.
But yeah, and she played her in Selma and in a movie called Boycott, which I've never seen. But she has this, and now in this new movie, Zoe Kravitz is playing a member of the Black family, and the Black family is not actually a Black family. It's Sirius Black's family. Sirius Black is the godfather of Harry Potter, and his family. If you've read the books or are at all familiar with the series, Sirius Black is from a dark, pure blood wizarding family, and in the family that prides themselves in being pure blood. And I kind of question like this girl, this mixed race girl, being a member of this very like. This family is very concerned about blood. You know what I mean? In the 1920s, 30s.
Wait, so you're saying that because she's mixed that it doesn't make sense? You're saying like in the concept of like the world,
right?
Like they care so much about being pure blood. I'm just like, how did that work? I just want to know. I guess I just want to know more because I feel like it's kind of just like, oh well, and now there's a Black person here, and then there's this,
right?
And it just, like I'm just kind of like. Exactly. And I'm not like opposed to it necessarily. Like I still enjoyed a Carmen in the first movie, and I think I would still enjoy Zoe Kravitz in this one, but I don't know. It just kind of feels like just thrown in there. There's no real explanation for it. There's no real acknowledgement of it. Race doesn't technically seem to matter in the wizarding world, but blood does, which is like really kind of weird to me. It's like this world is completely unaffected by the Muggle world, and and race doesn't seem to matter, and I'm just like, I don't get it. Like, but it doesn't matter. But it's like also like there's not a lot of people of color involved. You know what I mean? Like there's not a lot of people of color present. So it just, I don't know. It just all kind of feels a little lazy. It all kind of feels a little lazy, but I don't know. I just think that she's trying to make up for the fact that she didn't. Yeah, I think she's just trying to make up for the fact that she didn't do better in the first series. And I just think
it's interesting because like you it's just interesting hearing you talk about it because you care a lot about Harry Potter. So I think to fans it probably does matter a lot that like the thought isn't being put into it. Like if you care about something and the author's doing that bullshit, that matters.
Yeah. And it's like a lot of people were like, oh, you guys are just being professionally angry online or whatever, and people just want to be mad. And it's just like, no, like a lot of people of color are like huge fans of Harry Potter and just want the series to be better. If you're gonna do diversity, do it right. Like just having diversity for the sake of it is not beneficial to anybody. Like you know what I mean? You have to go about it the right way. And shoehorning these things into this is just kind of like leaves you with more questions than answers. And though I'm still happy to see, I'm still happy to see people of color on the screen. I'm still happy to see that this Korean actress got to have this role, and you know what I mean? It's going to be in this world. That's still cool to me. But it's like, I just wish that there was more people of color making the decisions, and I wish there was more people of color being consulted when these decisions were being made, because it's like, they could have told you that this would have looked how this would have looked. They would have told you that. It's just
sloppy.
Yeah, they would have told you that maybe it's not the best idea to have a woman of color be the pet of a white supremacist, because the Voldemort and the Death Eaters are stand-ins for white supremacy. A person of color could have told you that and would have told you how that would have looked. For a lot of people, it looks a little odd. It looks a little strange that you don't have many people of color, and when you do finally put an Asian woman who is not Cho Chang in a prominent role, she's someone's pet.
Ooh, yikes.
So, yeah, I don't know.
But of course, people don't think about that because they don't care or have to. But
yeah, and it's true, and it's still going to make money, because I mean, if it survived the Johnny Depp debacle, it'll survive this. I also don't think that people were as upset about it as like people were making it out to be. Like, I feel like a lot of people were just like, oh, you guys are just being social justice warriors and blah, 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 blah. And like, I think a lot of people are like, you know what? I just want them to do better. Like, I would rather just completely white Fantastic Beast than like the laziness. You know what I mean? Like, yeah, it's cool to see people of color, but like, I know what this world is. I know what I'm paying to see. I know what I've read. I know the history of it. I know this is a white world. I know you're a limited white woman who can't really see beyond her own life and the things that affect her. And so I don't expect you to do any more than what you've done. But the problem is that she's too ambitious and she doesn't have the range. And she thinks that she can do more than what she's actually doing. And she keeps falling into these holes because she doesn't know what she's doing. When she knows what she's doing, she's excellent at it. The Harry Potter world, the Harry Potter universe was amazing. The books are amazing. She's an excellent writer. But when it goes beyond her experiences, like, it just, I don't know. Anyway. Sorry, we talked about this enough. Yes. Fuck all the niggas that are defending Bill Cosby and calling him, saying that he's being lynched and just basically letting us know in multiple ways that you just actually hate women and think that they should just be treated by however, and also think that black men should be able to get away with everything that white men are able to get away with. It's ugly, and we see you. I don't know. Have you guys been seeing any of this? Like any of like the free Bill Cosby and he's being lynched and, you know, they're trying to tear a black man down. And there's also the conspiracy theory that this is all enacted because he,
tried to like buy.
Go ahead.
I think it was like the whole thing. He tried to like buy NBC or something like that. I don't know.
Yeah, CBS, I think it was.
CBS something. Look. I think quite frankly, I think that he didn't get sentenced to enough jail time. He's probably not going to even...
He got like 3 years, didn't he?
He got like 3 to 10 years or something like that. Or 3 years. He's probably not even going to spend 3 years in prison. Like, he'll probably be out. Like, he's not going to be... He's going to be in maximum security prison. Like, so, like, essentially, he's... You know, if he doesn't die there, he's going to get... essentially, he's getting away with it. So, it's like... You know, it's good that he's going to be, you know, has to answer for his crimes, but it's like, is he really? Like, you know, so it's just, I don't know. It's frustrating because to answer your question, Bates, no, I have not seen a lot of that because a lot of those people I have blocked, thank God. But, yeah, all I just wanted to say was that, like, when it comes to Bill Cosby and, like, all of that apology things, like, people that you like are able to do things that are wrong. Like, you're not able, like, people that you get along with or do things that are fucked up. Just because someone is nice to you doesn't mean they're nice to other people. Just because you think someone is nice doesn't mean they're nice to other people. Just because they're nice online doesn't mean they're nice to other people in real life. You don't know what people do behind the scenes. You don't know what people are like when they're not talking to you. And sometimes the people that you think like you don't even like you. So it's just kind of like, I don't get why people don't understand that Bill Cosby, who played Cliff Huxtable, who was a fictional character.
Yep. Let him know. He ain't real. That nigga ain't nobody's daddy.
And I mean, and if we're really gonna be honest, the gag is, as many people defend Cliff Huxtable, none of y'all niggas defend real life Cliff Huxtable. You always want to call them uppity bitches, but that's a tea for another day. But he's a fucking character, and so Bill Cosby and Cliff Huxtable are not the same thing. And if you can't separate that, then I don't know what to tell you. But don't talk to me. Y'all hear something?
I don't.
Like,
exactly. And it's just like, it just comes down to like people wanting black men to have the same rights that white men do, which is oppressing everyone else. They don't really want equality. You don't want equality. You just want
privilege.
You just want privilege.
That's it.
And the argument that you should, because that, what tells me that is the argument that you should be making is that these white men should be held as accountable as black men are. But instead, you're making the argument that black men should be as free to assault people as white men are, and that's definitely it says a lot about you.
Period.
It also reminds me of the way that people defend like Iggy Azalea. Like, oh, none of these white men get she doesn't get half the shit. No, none of these white men get half the shit that she does for being racist or appropriating cultures. And I'm just like, okay, and like we can definitely talk about that, but that doesn't mean she should be able to have as much right to be biting off of our culture.
Right. Like, as if those are gonna cancel each other. Like, people are dumb.
It's really, you know what it is? It's really white women and black men, and like specifically, because it's like that one thing that's keeping them from the privileged life that they want to have. It's that one thing they're one step away.
And queer
if black men were white, they would have it. If white women were men, they would have it. And so that one step away, I don't know if it messes with their brain or what. But
and if queer white men were straight,
ooh, bitch, yes,
Oh damn.
It's like a triangle. It's like the Triforce of like almost full privilege. It's like a mess.
Yeah.
Do y'all even know what the Triforce is?
I actually don't know. I just was
wow.
Like, yes, girl,
that sounds familiar.
Sounds familiar. Okay, what's the next
it doesn't sound familiar.
Wow. Okay, so none of you have played The Legend of Zelda, so wow, you're fake bitches.
Oh, it's like that pyramid thing. All right, I'm gonna not talk anymore.
Wow.
Somebody said, "Me, hi, J.K. Rowling. Hedwig was a Nigerian woman of color." Bitch, I love it. So you gonna tell us what it is?
What the Triforce is? No, I'm not gonna tell you what it is. You should know what it is. Google it.
Okay. Oh wow, Google it.
That is so condescending.
Yeah, bitch, you should. Actually, you should know what this is. I'm not impressed.
Why should we?
Oh, bitch, it's from The Legend of Zelda. I ain't never played that game a day in my life. How the fuck am I supposed to know what that is?
Well, if you listen to what I said it was from The Legend of Zelda.
Oh, I missed that part. I was too busy reading that tweet. That was really funny.
Oh my god! Wait, babes. Wait. What? Okay, I was getting my haircut last week, right? And I had said something or whatever, and my barber had said, "Oh yeah, that part." And I said, "Sis,
gay."
Wait, the straights say that. The straights say that.
They do?
Yeah, they say that part.
Oh, I was confused. I was like, sis, yeah? Wait, what?
She let it slip out.
People say that part.
It slipped out for you.
No, they be saying that. Don't get yourself caught up. Be like, sis, and then you expose yourself.
And then get my ass.
You getting gay bashed. Next thing they know, he beating your ass with the clippers.
Right.
Wow.
See, I don't know what the back of my head look like right now, so it could be a mess.
You know? He's gonna be pointing at you like the mannequin pointing at the other mannequin. This nigga gay. Embarrass you in front of everybody.
Oh my god.
So, Cardi B.
Sorry.
Carinthian Baratheon. Of House Baratheon. Is supposed to be performing at the Super Bowl with Maroon 5 and Travis Scott. I really don't care about Maroon 5 performing, but apparently Cardi wants to have more set. A couple more songs.
Give it to her.
I'm for that. Because honestly, I want to hear She Bad, and I want to hear Bodak Yellow.
Out of all the things she could perform, you're going to say
She Bad is a good song. She bad, she bad, she bad, she bad. That ass, bitch.
I'm sick of y'all not giving Bartier Cardi the respect it deserves.
Oh, I got tired of Bartier Cardi because I literally played it to death. Like, I like... If I hear it right now, I can just recite all the words. Like, it's so
But has America heard it? We need America.
That is true.
But has
that is true. Well, Timothy Chalamet. He said he was singing it on the red carpet at the Oscars. So
Bartier Cardi.
I don't know. Mm-hmm. It was really corny, but I don't know.
Oh yeah, the corny white version.
Yeah, I'm sure some people
jacking off to it.
Yeah. Oh, girl, you already know. It was the acoustic white boy version.
He was like,
of course.
You couldn't wait.
Stop.
That
sounded really violent.
Yo, bitch, wanna party with Cardi?
Is that what the white version is?
I don't know. I just threw that in there.
Got me a Cadillac.
All I know is, I definitely have to hear Backing It Up. back.
Don't you guys hate when people like? I don't know. There's like what is that? Like an a cappella group that will do a cover of a song.
Oh, girl,
it's really not that great.
Like,
it's like corny as hell. Like, you know, what are those groups called where they only
acapella, right? It's an acapella group. You said it.
And then like when they did a cover of like Milkshake, it's just so corny to me. Like,
you know what I remember? What I'm so traumatized by? Movie. There's this white gay guy on YouTube, and he has like brown hair, and he has like a sizable butt.
Todrick Hall?
No. Oh, bitch, shut up. And bitch, she might want to work with you. You better stop stopping your bag.
He don't listen to this show.
No, yeah, that's true. That's definitely true. He's like, people of color.
He goes, there's 2 niggers on the show? No.
Where the white men at? He's like, no Caucasians, no, the ghetto.
Have we ever had a white person on the show? I think not, right?
We wouldn't.
No.
This is not podcast of white people. This is podcast of color. Forgot what I was saying. What was I talking about? Oh yeah, so it was this white man, and he's like, I'm sure you guys have seen him, and he has like a nice butt, and he's muscular, and he like is always wearing underwear in his videos on YouTube. And he did this thing where he was like covering songs, and he did like his own white gay boy version of Formation.
What? Talking about?
And he's like ribbing on the bed.
Wavy?
No, it's not him. It's another white guy who's always in his underwear, and he's like on the bed, and he's like on all fours. He's like, I like my Negro nose and Jackson 5 nostrils, and he's like grinding on the. It's the weirdest. Anyway, I don't want to find it. I was gonna say I'll find it, but I don't want to. I don't want to see that ever again. In any case, I gotta hear backing it up. I really don't care to see Travis Scott perform. I do like his new album, but like I just don't care enough to like see him like perform it.
And like,
I like your album, but not enough for me to like see it live.
Yes. I don't know why they chose Maroon 5. It's just not like an iconic Super Bowl to me. Do you know? Like, I feel like they knew that. They're like, let's schedule Maroon 5, but like because we gotta like get a little more of everything. Like, let's invite Cardi B because like she's more relevant. You know, like.
Yeah. I think they're trying to be like as apolitical as possible.
Yes.
And Maroon 5 is like that.
Yeah,
like,
I mean, look at their choices that they've had since Beyonce performs.
I think they want Beyonce back again, but they're like, girl, we can't have you a Trump president.
Beyonce not coming back.
I know.
Jay-Z not coming back, Beyonce not coming back.
True. T. Oh my God, speaking of Beyonce coming back, bitch, have you seen this countdown that she's doing?
No, but I did see that outfit, the silver outfit that she wore, the sparkly one at the last show. I wonder what that material is made out of.
Unicorn skin.
Huh?
Probably like mermaid tail or unicorn.
Yeah.
That's Ariel.
Bitch. She's wearing Ariel.
She's wearing Atlantica season spring summer 2019. They were straight from King Triton's Finn himself. No, but she's counting.
Wait, what's this countdown? Let me look.
She's counting. No, okay. So if you go to her Instagram, when she's posting about the show, she's counting down how many shows she has left, right? But every time she does something with numbers, it means something. So I don't know what she's counting down to.
This is the Da Vinci Code.
No, it's not. It's called being a Beyonce fan.
She's only doing it on the right side.
Which we'll get into later.
6 more shows. 5, 4, 3.
Like, what does that mean? Like, what are we getting, sis? What's happening? Do I need to save money? Let me know.
Let me know. Let me know.
Oh no, was that Aaliyah?
Oh, let me know. Let me know. Yes, of course. Anywho. NTO2. Where are we moving on to? I mean, I guess that's all there is to say about that. Like, I just want to see Cardi perform, and I really don't care to see Maroon 5 or Travis Scott do anything. Ever.
Is Cardi good live?
She's okay. She does what she needs to do. I just rather hear those songs. I don't really care to hear any of the other songs live.
I need to hear Big and Head at the Super Bowl.
Oh, yes.
This is for my nasty hoes.
All across the globe.
I die.
Yeah, so Lindsay Lohan got punched in the face by a woman that she was harassing. She was in Moscow, and she was putting on this really weird Arabic accent. She was also speaking Arabic and switching between Arabic and English. She can be heard saying, "Hey kids, you're ruining Arab culture by doing this."
Wow.
She's asking, she said, what did she say? She said, "You're taking these children and they want to go," in this really weird accent. And these kids are just like, everyone in the video is kind of just like looking at her like, what the fuck? Because like the kids are with their parents. And she's just accusing them of trafficking these kids. And she tries to grab onto them, and the mom eventually has enough and just punches her in the face, which is exactly what she deserves. And then she starts crying on the video and starts talking about how scared she is. Which is classic white woman, be aggressive and harass people, and then as soon as they react to you harassing them, start crying. Yeah, weaponize those tears. You better weaponize those tears, honey.
Dang.
Yes.
Category is victimization, self-victimization.
Yes, she looks like she's about to call the police on all the girls. Yes.
Tens. 911 across the board.
Yes, 911. Yes.
So dark.
There will be no barbecues here under her lawn.
No. A black person existing, not in front of her salad.
Yeah.
They're like, category is has a permit to sell water.
But does she? But she? Oh, but wait. Oh, this permit says last year. Oh.
You guys are stupid. Yeah, I mean, I don't really have much to say. I just was kind of blown away by this. I thought it was really weird and really random.
I mean, I just don't expect anything to surprise me anymore from her. Like, she's just messy. She's just been everything that we've heard about her hasn't been good, you know. Since Mean Girls, I think nothing good has come out since the news.
She did do that movie with that porn actor, like Canyons or something. It was set in LA.
Oh,
remember that?
But like no one cared about that.
Comeback. It was supposed to be her big comeback.
Nobody cared. We don't even know the name of that movie.
It was called Canyons, I think. I don't know.
I didn't even know that existed, but go off.
It was with James Dean, the porn actor James Dean.
Lindsay Lohan did a movie with James Dean?
Mm-hmm.
No.
He ended up getting outed as a rapist, but we don't need to go down that road.
I didn't even know he was a porn actor.
Yeah.
What?
He was like notorious because women...
No. Wait a minute. No.
What?
John, not the actual John Dean. There's a porn star named John Dean.
James Dean.
Or James... God damn it. You know what I mean? James Dean. Like, not the actual...
Right. No, I know. That's what I'm saying. I didn't know that.
Oh, I was like...
Rakeem, I know he's dead.
Oh, I was like, she's not fucking a ghost. Sorry, I drank half a bottle of Prosecco.
Oh, Lord, that quickly, girl?
Yeah, girl, because this is what? Our second time, so yes.
Shh, don't tell anybody. It's a secret.
Anyway.
What?
I don't know. I just thought this was really weird and random, and yeah, I don't know.
Like, wasn't she just partying in the Mykonos with a bunch of gays?
Yes, with that dance, that little breakdown that she did.
She became a little meme for a second. She was like, I think it was like dance like you're in Mykonos challenge, because like people were making fun of the way she was dancing, and you know, like, to be honest, even though that was kind of silly, that's like the only good thing I've heard about her. I was like, okay, fine. Lindsay Lohan she's just dancing. It wasn't like Lindsay Lohan is stealing. Lindsay Lohan is like...
She was recently engaged to a Russian billionaire.
What? Why did she
I forgot why they broke up, but they broke up.
Why?
Girl, I don't know, because I would have wrote it to the bank.
Shit,
bitch, we are getting that. I was like, if we got to get married tomorrow, we will do so.
Bitch, there ain't nothing we can't work out with a billionaire.
I mean, you know...
Ain't nobody win a Family Feud.
A billionaire wasn't good enough for a Naomi, so I don't know.
Ain't no
Remember
such
she
thing
did
as
that
an ugly billionaire. He cute.
Wow.
Like, could you imagine the yachts, bitch? You just like, oh, bitch, I just feel like going on a yacht and like, I don't know, like off the coast of Italy.
Shit.
I just feel like doing that. Let me just go do that real quick.
Look,
with my Beyonce-sized yacht.
You look for $1 billion. There's nothing you can do, bitch.
Bitch,
Look.
you could call me you could just call me nigger. That
would be it. I'd legally
That's my new name. Nigger.
For $1 billion.
You could call me Nick for short.
I'd legally change my name to nigger for $1 billion, bitch. I don't give a fuck.
Like, honestly and truly.
It'd be nigger Cunningham, and that'd be
right?
it.
You know?
Yes, massa. What do you want?
Yes, massa. Bitch.
Emancipate this pussy, bitch. What do you need?
Oh,
God.
What else is on the
Give
list
everything
here?
you want. Everything you need. Everything you need.
Oh, my God.
I got it. What, like, for $1 billion?
Look, bitch. Entertain the guests, bitch. Let me get to click clacking.
Shit.
Let me get the shucking and the jiving, bitch.
You better come colonize this chamber of secrets.
Oh, my God. I have to go now.
You are stupid. You are truly stupid. And oh my God. Okay.
I'm really glad we're not in the studio today.
Oh,
child. He said, okay, we're not going to repeat that. Anyway, Lindsay Lohan, be blessed. And, you know, whatever. Go forth and prosper, please.
prosper.
Child.
Prosper.
The fact that she looks older than Britney Spears is like, whew.
Are they the same age?
No, she's younger. She's younger than Britney Spears. She's she's like, Lindsay Lohan's only like 30.
Isn't she our age?
She's like 30. She's definitely not my age, girl.
Lindsay Lohan is not just 30.
Lindsay Lohan is 32.
Oh,
wow.
Yikes.
She's only 32. She's been in her 30s for 2 years. Well, 3 years, I guess. That's how math works.
Damn.
Jesus.
Mm-mm.
I mean, she's not that much older than me. That's crazy.
Yeah. Well, thank the Lord for small favors. So.
Yeah. Anyway, what do we have here? Kim Petras's Halloween dance album. I don't know that if it's produced by Dr. Luke or not yet, so I'm gonna just stand in the interim.
We're gonna stand. Just temporarily until we find out who actually produced it.
I'll probably still listen to it even after, but I won't stand publicly for it as much after. I really like Turn Off the Light. What?
I just like that you admitted that you were just like, I just won't stand as much publicly, but I will do it privately.
Oh, bitch. Listen, we all have our... Look, if I don't listen to anybody problematic, I'm going to have to just clear out my my listens. I can't even listen. Beyonce did blackface one time. I can't listen to her.
We don't talk about that.
She did blackface and she did that video where she appropriated Indian culture. Bitch.
Well, I
can't listen to nobody if I take out everybody problematic.
We're gonna get to stand culture in a minute, so
yes,
we can save it for that.
What do you guys like? I like Turn Off the Light.
I like Close Your Eyes. This album is just perfect timing because I kind of resented Halloween for a while. I was like, Halloween is just when everyone gets all obnoxious and like, I don't know, but Kim Petras
does what? No, finish your thought.
Nothing. It's just I think about that. I think about that quote in Mean Girls where it's just like it's just a time for everyone excuse like to be a hoe. You know, like they'll just.
Are you slut shaming?
No, I'm not. And the where I'm going is that like, if you really want to be that person, then why don't you just be it every day? Like, why do you have to wait till Halloween? And
so you're mad because they're appropriating slut culture?
No, I'm just.
He said, "My culture is not a costume."
I'm just saying, like, people show their true selves or whatever.
What a plot twist.
And Halloween. And I'm just like, why don't you just be that person all the time?
So essentially what you're saying is, see, I suck dick on days that aren't Halloween. So what the fuck is your problem?
Exactly. If you want to look like it on this one day. Anyway.
Damn.
So what is everybody supposed to just do? Like, you know, the girls be showing up in jock straps and shit on Halloween. They're supposed to just wear jock straps to their day job?
No, I mean... I don't know where I'm
going. Solution, huh? Not so easy. We have to fix the problem.
Come up with a solution. You social justice warrior.
You know how like people like, especially in New York based, like people go out in looks. It's like borderline costume. Do you know what I mean? They're sticking jewels on their face. They're putting makeup on. Like nobody like
doll body baby doll parts.
I mean like.
Yeah, everything.
Wow, baby doll parts. I mean like, especially for queers, like, I don't know. Halloween is just, I feel like we've been turning looks, you know, especially queer people. Like, I don't know. And now straight people, like, this is their one night in the whole year to turn out a look. And so they just get really crazy with it. And maybe if they just showed up to parties like how queer people do every day, then they won't have to have a lot of this, like, tension. Do you know what I mean? Like they build up all this tension, and when Halloween is like they just let loose. When queer people, like, this is like a weekly, monthly look for people. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
I don't know. So Halloween like scares me in the heterosexual way, not the queer way.
Then do what I do and stay home.
Well, that's what. Yeah, it's, I don't know. It's kind of annoying.
He was like, I'm not about to do all that.
He was like, so first of all, shut the fuck up.
Well, that's what I'm saying. I hated it for a while, but now like Kim Petras came back and she's like, it's Halloween. It's Halloween,
so
bitch.
You're saying that Kim Petras saved Halloween?
She did.
Wow.
She's the Mariah Carey of Halloween. But,
Mariah, sweetie. Oh, let's not do that.
I mean, this album is so good.
She's cute, but she's no Mariah.
And
she sounded bitter when she said she's no Mariah.
Oh,
I mean, who else is owning Halloween? Like, what diva is owning Halloween?
Me?
No, I mean, Kim just released a Halloween album, and it's just volume 1. It's just volume 1. There's going to be a volume 2. I'm so excited.
I know volume 2 is going to come in the latter half of the month. I'm certain, obviously, unless she's going to wait till next year. And it's going to be really cute. I mean, I'm already feeling it. And I really didn't like Kim Petras' last album. So I'm hoping that means that's what... Because I know Dr. Luke produced that one. So I'm
he produced the first album.
That. But I'm like hoping he didn't produce this one because I actually enjoyed this one. Anywho, let's talk Kanye. Let's talk a little bit of Lana. Kanye West went on a tangent on his usual tangent on SNL on Saturday, talking about, I don't know, something about making America great again. He got blowback, and on the Instagram, he captioned his picture, and the pictures of him with the Make America Great Again hat. He captioned it, "This represents good and America becoming whole again. We will no longer outsource to other countries. We build factories here in America and create jobs. We will provide jobs for all who are free from prisons as we abolish the 13th Amendment. Message sent with love." And
shut the fuck up.
The 13th Amendment was ratified in 1865. But if I Google 13th Amendment, it says in Section 1, neither slavery nor let me not do an accent with this. Neither slavery nor involuntary servitude, except as punishment for crime whereof the party shall have been duly convicted, shall exist within the United States or any place subject to their jurisdiction. So it basically says you can't be a slave. You can't have slaves or force people to serve unless there is a punishment for a crime. I don't know. I think his response to that is a little weird, and I think, like, how am I trying to word this? I think abolishing it is the weird part, because I don't know what he thinks that means. Do you get what I mean? Hello?
So I'm not gonna lie to you. I'm really high, and for the last 30 seconds, I just dissociated. So
okay. Okay.
No, I hear you. I feel like I can't comment on this.
Yeah.
Why?
It's just like, it's such a mess. It's like Lindsay Lohan, just a mess. Every time you're on.
Well, the point is that the amendment abolished slavery, right? Obviously not fully, because in 1865 there had to be done again. But this abolished slavery, so he's talking about abolishing something that abolished slavery. It's weird. Yeah, sorry. That was just that kind of.
No, I just think Kanye West needs to shut the fuck up challenge. That's all.
Ooh.
Yeah. Anyway, so that happened. And Miss Lana Del Rey had some things to say. She said, "I'm Lana Del Rey, and I have something to say." Trump becoming our president was a loss for the country, but your support of him is a loss for the culture. I can only assume you relate to this personality on some level. Delusions of grandeur, extreme issues with narcissism, none of which would be a talking point if we weren't speaking about the man leading our country. If you think it's alright to support someone who believes it's okay to grab a woman by the pussy just because he's famous, then you need an intervention as much as he does. Something so many narcissists will never get, because there just isn't enough help for the issue. Message sent with concern that will never be addressed, which I am passive-aggressively sending that in all of my aggressive emails from now on.
Message concerned.
I think she could have kept the loss for the culture, because I don't think that white people or people that are not black need to be talking about the culture, because it's not y'all's. But I also don't feel like she really knows what the culture means. I definitely think she means like it's like a generational thing, like yay millennial, like avocado toast. You know, like I definitely think that's what she thinks that is.
Avocado.
You know, like
is that the culture base?
That's what people say about millennials, that we just love avocado and toast.
People in LA love avocado toast. I'm so happy I've never had it, but I hear niggas here talking about it all
it's good.
the time.
You know what I love? Avocado on a bagel, and that's high in protein too, bitch.
No, bitch. You put some honey on a bagel and toast that bitch?
I never done that, bitch. Let me go buy some honey.
It's a wrap. It's a wrap. Well, wait. What was that thing that they said on Insecure where it was like, it's a fajita. It's a wrap.
I don't remember. When did that happen?
Sorry.
No worries. But yes, so I just thought she could have kept that, but everything else I was like, this is a read. The library is open, honey. It's open. It's more open than my ass.
No, I was waiting for John to make that joke, but then
I was trying to keep my mouth shut, and then Baze beat me to it.
Oh, girl, we know you don't keep your mouth shut. What hole or orifice on your body do you keep
It's shut, girl. Nothing. It's open 24 hours a day.
You know what? Is there any more things we need to talk about on the docket, Baze?
Wow. She's like, next question.
Well, next question.
So, see ya. Azalea Banks has some problems with Azalea. Well, no, she does have some problems with Azalea. She does have some problems with Azalea. She needs to hit a therapist up very quickly, but
Talkspace.com.
Oh, girl, I don't think she needs an in-person therapist. She needs somebody to sit in front of her.
Call Jesus.
Yeah, well, not Jesus. She could use a therapist.
Both.
Yes, that's true.
You're so like Christianity focused.
So she said, between women as there is between sexes. Don't use Kanye for your vapid attempts to seem. Wait, can I do her accent? Let me say it. What the fuck? Don't use Kanye. No, I don't know if I can do it. I'm trying to do like her New York accent. Her New York accent. Don't use Kanye for your vapid attempts to. No, I can't do it. Seem politically aware when there is so much more bootleg witchcraft you could be doing.
Like that.
You know her accent. I'm trying to do it. I don't know. There's so much more bootleg witchcraft you could be doing to try and take down 45. Kanye is not your enemy or the enemy. In fact, your selective outrage makes you the enemy. You improve. Well, she says makes you. Y-O-U. You. Period. The enemy.
To freedom.
Period.
To freedom.
To freedom. You approve of A$AP Rocky because his victims weren't white. Which also, I didn't even know that A$AP Rocky had victims, but okay. You're exactly the kind of thought police Kanye is fighting against.
Why don't you say it like that? Like,
I don't know.
You're the exact kind of thought
I don't know. Now I dare you to challenge me on any of my opinions. Witch. Quotation on witches. At Lana Del Rey. You aren't built for battle. I suggest you apologize to Kanye West immediately. That's not like a threat. Like she's gonna beat her ass. I suggest you get your ass down there and you apologize to that man.
You aren't built for battle. Like, are they gonna fight? Like,
girl, you gonna beat her ass?
Ooh, what does that look like?
I'm tired of white women in Hollywood and their fake ass innocent agendas. These bitches will take any opportunity to make themselves seem more righteous in regards to black men who don't bow down to their vapid social power or are more civilized and respectable than the black women that have a real reason to be angry. Kanye, I've already done it. Stop lifting my ideas and come collaborate with me already. This is annoying now. The ideas I come up with aren't half of what we could do with your resources. Let me give you original ideas, please. So, I mean, I don't know, girl. Like, you said you was happy with where your career's at and you're good. So, you just need to let these resources go because you're never going to get any resources. Not the way that you act. And Kanye might not have his resources too much longer because people are very quickly getting tired of him.
Do you guys remember... maybe, I don't know if I'm aging myself. On MTV, they had this show called Celebrity Deathmatch.
I do remember that.
It was in claymation, and they would make these like celebrities fight.
Yes.
I just thought about like Azalea Banks just like trying to fight everybody. It's like
she would just start biting the crowd. She would like jump off of the thing to go fight people in the crowd.
Like these things that like this has nothing to do with her, and she just like jumps in and just wants to start fighting. She's just ready to fight everybody. She's a witch. Like, dang.
Witch.
Are you saying that she's not a witch?
First of all, no, I'm gonna leave that alone. Anyway,
are there like Azalea stands going off on like Lana Del Rey stands right now? Are there like?
No, I don't really see that because Lana stands.
Sorry, what?
No, go ahead. Sorry,
I was gonna say like the Brujas on both of their sides are like fighting each other.
Can white women be brujas? Can they really do that? I don't know.
I feel like Azalea stands and Lana stands are kind of the same people.
They are. They'd be fighting. They'd be fighting with themselves.
They be fighting each other, and they do be fighting each other though.
Well, we do have our resident Lana/Azalea stan, Renee, who is not here today. So I think most of them are kind of just like their stands of both. So I think that I'm not really seeing a lot of clashing between like Lana fans and Azalea fans.
But I have seen a lot of silence from Azalea fans, though.
Yes. Oh, that is very true. Anyway, Azalea was also wrapped up in some other shit because she got dragged for working with Dr. Luke. She pointed out that Kim Petras also worked with Dr. Luke, and the girls, the gays, she means, are not coming for Kim Petras the way that they're coming for her. She also then, in another, I guess, point that she tried to make to defend herself, she said, Dr. Luke never assaulted Kesha. After 5 years of legal drama, they were still unable to find him guilty. Kesha lied because she didn't want to fulfill contractual obligations she's already been paid to fulfill. Calling her a fat refrigerator is not comparable to abuse. Next. Another instance of a white woman using her inherent victimhood to con her way through life. I don't give a fuck about Kesha. When has she ever stood up for any black woman who was going through some shit? I said what the fuck I said. Kesha is on video under oath admitting Dr. Luke never assaulted her, but for your own stupid sakes, you continue to care about women's rights with some vapid ass attempt to cancel Dr. Luke while you're all shaking your bussies. While you're all shaking your bussies to his music in the gay bar. Fuck out of here. See, the thing is, the only people that really are supporting Azalea still are gay people. So it's really weird to me that
talking about they shaking their bussies at the gay bar, the same bussies that you trying to sell soap to, bitch.
Oh.
And it's just interesting. She comes for the gays a lot, and I'm just like, but sis, that's the people that are keeping you like employed. Yeah. Like that's the people that are paying your rent paid, that cheap hair that you buy in, the makeup. Oh, no. You know what I mean? That's where you're getting your money from.
Oh,
but
no, not cheap.
It's cheap. Them wigs are they're kind of helmety. They're a little thick.
Yikes.
Yeah,
I just don't have anything. I mean, I feel like we've said what we've had to say about her. Like, it's just
my thing is more for the people. the supporters. Because on Twitter, I've just been seeing a lot of people doing a lot of, well, I'm still going to listen to Azealia Banks. And it's really funny because my friends were like, oh, you need to follow this guy. He's a porn actor, and he's like an activist, and he's like always like talking about like real shit, and he's really funny. And his name is Ty Mitchell, which is really funny because I accidentally found his his Twitter when I was looking for Tyler Mitchell, the guy who shot Beyonce. And I was like, who the fuck is this?
And I was like, why the names?
Yeah, I was like, this is a porn star? Like, I thought he was, yeah. So I actually went on his page, and the first thing I saw was like this whole tangent about all these things these problematic companies and like artists that he was going to continue to support, and like he was still going to support Azealia, and he was still going to fuck white guys, and he was still going to maintain his radical politics. And that's how he ended it. He's like, I'm still going to be radical. I'm still going to retain my radical politics. And I'm just like, nothing about this tweet is radical at all. And the idea that, and it's not just him, it's emblematic of like all the other people that I've been seeing, like doing this like really performative, like, oh, I'm still going to listen to Azealia. I'm still going to listen. Like, okay, bitch, like good for you. Like, you know what I mean? Like, I still listen to some Kanye songs, not any of his new shit. I still haven't heard that new album, but I still listen to some Kanye songs, but I'm not gonna be like, oh guys, guess what? I'm still gonna listen to Kanye. Like, shut up. Like, you just sound so contrarian for the sake of it. And like, that's not being radical. Like, you're just upholding, like, what Azealia is doing right now is upholding power structures. Like, what she is doing is a whole part of rape culture. So
I just find it really ironic. I don't know if this is like problematic of me to say, but I just find it really ironic that she's tearing down Kesha especially when she had that whole thing with Russell Crowe and how people didn't believe her, and like, I don't know.
The thing about Azealia Banks is it's all about like, and this is what I've always said about her, is like, I think she's extremely talented, and I will still probably listen to some of her songs too, because like she has really good music. But like at the end of the day, like the thing about Azealia as the person is that she only gives a fuck about things when they personally affect her.
But that's what's weird about this situation is that how is this Kanye situation and Lana like affecting her at all?
Well, that didn't particularly affect her. She just also likes to jump into shit for no reason. But this Dr. Luke conversation, she's talking about this, but let her be assaulted, and then it's like, oh my god, like nobody cares about, you know, sexual assault survivors. And like, cause when she was like talking a lot heavily about this stuff when she was assaulted, when she was talking about it on Instagram. And so it's just like, it's like good, like it's just okay when it's her that's experiencing it, but when she's not experiencing it, then it doesn't matter. And if it's not in some way, if she can't tie it back to something towards her, like the whole thing with Cardi B, when she's coming for Cardi B, like, oh, Cardi B's not black, she's not black, and she's coming for Nicki, a real black woman. But like at the end of the day, Cardi B is black, and also Nicki participates in some of the same shit and does some of the same shit that Cardi B does. So a lot of the things that she was defending had nothing to do with that, but it just was beneficial for her as a black woman to be like, well, you're not really black and you're not a part of the culture and blah, 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 blah.
To be honest with you, Nicki, Cardi, and Azealia are all kind of terrible.
Oh, no. Like, I'm certain they're all terrible people in their own ways. Like, I'm not standing for anybody here. I'm just saying that I'm just saying that people are very much about like being on a specific side when it suits them. Nicki Minaj does it as well. Like Nicki does it a lot. Like when she was talking about colorism and stuff, and Nicki has been like very guilty of engaging in colorism throughout her career. So it's just like everybody wants to just talk about, and Kanye is like, again, a big, like, maybe she recognizes herself in Kanye. Maybe that's why she defended him. Because Kanye is huge on this. He only talks about racism and classism when it personally affects him and he feels like he's being slighted. He doesn't give a fuck about none of that shit when it's not affecting him.
You saying why Azealia is saying that about Kanye?
Yeah, I said maybe she sees herself in him.
Because they're both black people who support Trump, and so she's trying to get a check.
Well, they're both white people. They're both black people that are interested in having a seat at the white table. And they're interested in upholding white supremacy, but they want to be included in it. So they wanted to be excluded from that treatment of the rest of us blacks. And when they're not, then all of a sudden they care about like pro-blackness and all this stuff. Like notice how like Azealia has like adopted all of this language around like anti-blackness and talking about that and white supremacy and all that shit. And I think it's all just very performative and it's only used in a way that benefits her. And it kind of reminds me of our conversation that we had about like people using social justice language to be abusive. I think that this is I think I'm seeing a lot of that in this.
And I just feel like too, like, I don't know, Azalea is like interesting because I just feel like her fan base, I feel like, is very like social justice oriented, and I don't know. It's just interesting to see how, and I've said this before too, how people just like allow her to get away with stuff. Like, because I feel like if anybody else said what she just said right now, then like they would be over, like, period. Yeah. Like that would be it. Like, like if I don't know, like if like Taylor Swift said this shit, maybe that's a terrible example to use, but like if Taylor Swift said this shit, game fucking over. Like, y'all would drag to the high heavens, right? Like, but because it's Azalea, like, okay. Like,
and the thing is, she's done, like, I mean, we need to end this because we were running a little long, but like, I think the thing that irks me is like about the way that people respond to the things that she does. It's kind of like a LOL, like, oh god, there's Azalea being herself again. There she goes doing that thing again. But when anybody else does the stuff that she's talking about, you guys want to be like, oh, they work with rapists, oh, they support this, oh, they're doing this, oh, they like perform in Israel, oh, they do that and the third. But like Azalea has done a lot of these things and more, and so it's just kind of like, at what point do you stop? Like again, you can listen to her music if you want to, but like the way that people stand for her is like, I feel like it's almost to get a reaction. I also feel like it makes people feel like they're radical to support a black woman who's doing this, as opposed to like if it was a white woman doing it. And like, oh, this is a black woman, I'm supporting a black woman who's horrible, who's like actually a horrible person, and who's also doing all these really shitty things. So, you know, that makes me radical or whatever. And I'm just not into that. I just don't think it makes you radical at all, and I actually think it makes you a little reductive and a little. Well, I have a few.
But anyway,
yes. There we go.
Okay. Yep.
Yeah.
So with that, we'll move on to the Dick's class, and we will be talking about the stan culture. All right.
And welcome back to the Dick's. This week, we're going to be talking about... Oh, yes, it is me. I know. My French accent was so convincing that you thought this was two separate people, but it's actually just me based. Thank you.
Wow.
Yes.
Or is that your multiple personalities jumping out?
Yes. Anyway, I know the haters. They love me. I love my haters, too, because they really keep me up as much as my supporters. Always worried about what I'm doing. Always talking shit. Always talking about me, you know? So I'm always happy to even have people hate on me. So for the discourse this week,
this is not.
Wow.
For the discourse this week, we're going to be talking about stan culture. Do we consider ourselves stans, and how do we feel about the culture at large? Who wants to go first?
I'll go first.
Okay. I was going to say, I want Rakim to go first. I want the stan to go first.
Oh my god. What do you mean? But you're a stan too.
Who do I stan?
Fleet Water.
Okay.
Dick.
All right. That's not the same.
Is it? Okay.
Are we talking about stan culture for like musically, right?
I know.
I mean,
I'm sorry.
I think you can be a stan of anything, really. Like you have I stan Meryl Streep. That white woman right there. I love her.
But you can stand an actor. John was more talking about when I was saying like Dick and stuff. But like,
that's fair.
Yeah.
So, you can stand Dick. I don't think you can be a very big fan of Dick.
But for this discussion, we're going to leave it to people who. Yes.
Okay.
Otherwise, we just have a discourse about Dick. So yeah, I mean, I would just say the Hive, right? And that's it. Like, would y'all say anything else?
For you?
Yeah.
No, I would say the Hive. I mean, I would say, like, musically for the Hive, I would say, like, anime-wise, Titan. What's it called?
Attack on Titan.
Attack on Titan, there we go.
I actually think stan culture is, like, really interesting depending on, like, how you kind of approach it, right? Because, like...
Can we explain stan culture? Sorry, I know that most people know, but just in case for people who don't, how do we define stan culture?
Okay, in case you're a dumbass bitch. No, I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding.
Oh my god, babes.
I'm just kidding. Go ahead, Ricky.
Well, I was gonna ask if y'all know where the word "stan" actually came from.
I think it came from that Eminem music video.
Mm-hmm.
Unfortunately, yes.
Yes, yeah. I know. I'm so mad that he was able to start that.
Who was looking more and more like what Mariah says he's going to look like every fucking day.
So, yeah, a long time ago, Eminem came. What was the song called? It was
I think it was called Stan.
It was Dear Stan? And it's basically Eminem writing about this guy who's a huge fan of his, and his name is Stan. He like bleaches his hair, has a bunch of white shirts and jeans, and like looks like him. He's obsessed with him, and will like do anything for him, and so like he writes these notes to Eminem, and Eminem's like a little freaked out. It's actually, and I think Dido's on the song too, right?
Who the hell is that?
Dido, is that like that white girl who's singing in the background?
Well, honestly, I didn't think you were gonna do all the exposition. I just
okay, and so yeah, and so that's where it came from, right? Like,
no, you're right. I just didn't think you were gonna say all that.
Oh, sorry.
No, you're fine, because I don't know the answer to your question is what I'm saying. Like, I don't know who Dido is. Anyway, that is where it came from. Stans are pretty much like super fans of specific. I mean, it usually refers to like fans of musical artists. But you can stan actresses or whatever. But we're gonna try to keep it to more like in the way that it's more traditionally used, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So anyway, yeah, I would consider myself part of the hive and whatever, and like I don't consider myself one of these like stans who like has like a separate like Beehive Beyonce account, and like I don't know, like I don't tweet about like her album sales and like shit like that, but I do listen to a lot of her music and all that stuff, and know like tour dances and shit, but that's just fun to me. And I think that stuff is fun and can also kind of be like community building, and you can meet a lot of different people, and you can like learn a lot of things and talk about music and art, and I think that shit is fun to a degree. But then you have like part of stan culture where it gets like very, very dark very, very fast, where it'll be like, oh, Everything Is Love debuted at number 2. I hope she like slips on the floor and like falls and like a brick crushes her skull, and it's like, wait, what? Like, and it's just like that stuff escalates like really, really quickly, and I'm wondering if a lot of it is because these people are like younger, or like, because I know that's the stereotype that it's a bunch of like 15-year-olds, but I don't know if that's like necessarily true, and like where that comes from. And there's like a lot of, as much as we joke about it, and a lot of the stuff is funny, a lot of the shit is kind of concerning, because stan culture really is very like,
it's scary sometimes.
Yeah, cause like people dox and shit over like like simple shit, saying like you don't like a song or you don't like an artist or whatever, and stuff like that is like concerning to me, because it's like, why is this like to that degree? I don't know. That's where I kind of am like, whoa, this is not,
Yeah. I'm going to jump in with you here, because stan culture is getting pretty dangerous. I think the most recent time I've like thought stans were going crazy was when we found out about Mac Miller passing, and like Ariana Grande stans were just Mac Miller stans were like attacking Ariana Grande. They're just like, are you happy now? Like, you should go kill yourself, like, blah, blah, blah. Like,
right.
That's really dangerous. And like, I don't like, it's one thing to be a fan and like be a fan of Mac Miller or whoever, but like, do you think that this is what they would want from you? I think it's like, it's almost like cultish, it gets really dangerous, because you get these like young, or for the most part younger, very impressionable minds, and then like, if something happens to their idol or whatever, they're just going to attack whatever is like, without even filtering. Like, or what else? Kim Kardashian stans. That's where.
What?
Yeah, people
what
like.
They're a thing.
They're a thing.
What are they called?
They're the ones
they
with
don't
like,
have a name.
They're like the Instagrammers with like the Kardashian attached to their name. Like, and then aren't they the ones that like were just attacking Taylor Swift's like Instagram for a while because they were like Kim Kardashian.
I know nothing about white on white crime, so you have to let me know.
It was I forgot what was happening between Kim Kardashian and Taylor Swift, but they were the ones like leaving all the snakes all over Taylor Swift's like thing because Kim Kardashian had called Taylor Swift a snake. And so ever since then, like people have been referring to her as that, and like I guess that's when.
Oh yeah, but you said recently.
Oh, sorry. I felt like that was sort of recent. No, was that not recent?
Oh, you meant like last year. Oh,
yeah.
sorry.
I'm just like,
you meant like
I'm just giving examples
ago.
of like internet stands going. Or I remember one of my friends recently, when the new Ariana Grande album dropped, No Tears Left to Cry, and people, you know how people were like posting their reviews. One of my friends just like posted on his story that like, actually, I didn't think it was that good. And like, it's funny to laugh about it, you know, like, oh, you don't know good taste or whatever. But some of the responses to that post are really like scary. Like people were saying, you're fat, you know what you're talking about, you should go kill yourself. Like, you're not, we're revoking your gay card because you don't like the album. And it's like, it's not that serious, you know? And like, stans just get a little too intense. And it's like I said, it's like, it's one thing to be a fan, but you got to turn it down a notch when you're literally like bullying other people. You know, it just doesn't make sense.
Well, I know Baze has to talk, but Baze, while you're talking, I wanted y'all to think like, have you ever had like what's like an experience you've had with like a negative experience you've had with a stan, or like what's like the worst experience you've had?
Okay.
Something to think about while you're talking.
Yeah.
Sorry.
I don't really think of myself as like a stan. Like I guess the only person I would say that I even felt like is worth standing is like Beyonce, with Rihanna being like a close second. Because I think in terms of Rihanna, I think she's like a really hard worker, and I think that I don't know, she's just her overall aura, like she just has like that star power. Even though I don't think like she's like an amazing singer, like I think that she still like is able to pull off a good performance. And of course, like I mean, I don't even think I have to explain why Beyonce is stan worthy. But I really don't consider, I guess, myself a stan for the most part, because I don't really engage in these ways. Like, I don't necessarily have a problem with someone saying that they don't really care for Beyonce's music, because I don't think Beyonce makes generic music that is for everyone. You know what I mean? Like, I think when you have somebody who like makes like radio friendly hits that are supposed to be like for everyone, that everyone's going to relate to, then I think you're not really talking about someone like Beyonce who's invested in telling a specific story. You know what I mean? I think you then have people who are just kind of like just throwing whatever out so that they can keep making money. And so I'm fine with people like not feeling like her music is to their taste. I just generally don't like when people feel like they can be like, oh, well, she just doesn't have any talent, or she can't sing, or
right.
You know what I mean? Like ridiculous stuff like that, where I'm just like, what?
Who usually says that though? It's usually a stan of someone.
A lot of people say that.
No, I'm taking it back to stan culture. It's like a lot of people who say that are stans of someone else.
No.
I
know people who just say that just because they just don't like Beyonce.
Oh, well.
I mean, I don't know a lot of people who do that, but I've definitely witnessed it. Oh, Beyonce is just so overrated. She's just this, or she's just that, or like, oh, she already gets so much. Like, she gets so many accolades, and she gets so much attention already. Mm-hmm. Like, it's always like, oh, well, like, this person is popular, so let me be anti this person because this person is popular and they get accolades. So, like, that's a problem. But at the same time, I'm just like, I'll like argue maybe for a second, and then I'm just like, you know what? I don't care. Like, you're clearly stupid, and I'm just not gonna have this conversation with you. And so I don't know. I guess I don't feel like I engage with things that way that I identify as stans as engaging with things, because I feel like stans are just like, no, we're going to agree on this, or I'm going to like trash you. And I feel like that's something, like, no shade, but that's something I feel like I see a lot more with like Nicki stans or like even Cardi, a lot of Cardi stans is like, I just see a lot of like, you can't like anyone else and no one else can say anything nice about anyone else. Only this person is allowed to have any type of like, you know what I mean? Like any type of shine. And if this other person is having shine, then I hate them.
A lot of stans don't understand nuance, right? Like they don't like, I feel like a lot of stans feel like that criticism is just like, or like even like questioning doesn't come from this place of love. Like, cause stans are like interesting to me because it's like, it is kind of culture sometimes because like blindly following without, you know, kind of engaging in that way, especially because like the artists that you're standing like don't want you to blindly engage with their work in that way, you know? Or rather, I guess maybe some do, but not the people I stan. Like, they want you to engage in that work that way and kind of like talk about it and have those kind of things. So that's always interesting. But also too, like, I find a lot of this interesting because like, just like the level of like intensity that like happens a lot of the time. Like, I just don't get where that comes from. Like, it's just so like quick, and I'm just like, are you just waiting to do this to people? Or
yes, like you see it, like they have their avatars are not avatars. What is it called? Is it called Avatar?
Avies?
Yeah,
I just call them Avies, but I think it's called Avatar. Okay, yeah. So like those are like their fave, and then all they talk about is updates about their fave, and like they literally just log in. I accidentally got added to this private group chat on Twitter. It was a Nicki Minaj stan on group chat on Twitter, and I was like looking through it, and I was just like, you guys need help. Like, like I'm not kidding. Like y'all need help. Like I need you to seek a mental health professional because the stuff that they say and it does feel like a cult. And I don't mean to say that like it's just Nicki Minaj stans. Like Beyonce stans, she has a lot of stans like this too. Very intense, like will like fight you, argue, cuss you out, and I'm just like, it's really not like that. Like I like Beyonce. If you don't like Beyonce, that's fine. Like she's not paying my bills. Yeah, if you don't like Beyonce, like I'm not gonna fight you over that. I can think you're wrong. I can think you're wrong, but I'm not gonna sit up here and argue with you all day. I'm just gonna go on with my life because I know what Beyonce is and I know how I feel about her, and that's not gonna change because you don't feel that way about her. And I don't feel like I need to, you know, I guess it's like a thing like where I feel confident in my taste, and I don't necessarily feel like everyone else needs to have that same taste. I don't feel like their feelings about one of my favorite artists is, I don't feel like it negates anything, and I don't feel like it takes away from my experience.
Who is another question?
Wait, you did, but you did ask that question. I don't think we really answered it. Did we have? Oh, what was the question you had?
The worst stan experience.
Oh, well, that kind of was that group chat. Sorry, it was that group chat. Madonna stans.
Oh my god, I was just about to say that. And I think it's like, I don't know. I think it's because she's been like, her time was a while ago, and
oh no,
I mean, you know what I mean. Like, and I think this
her time is done. There's no, we don't need to sugarcoat it.
I know. I'm just feel like the Madonna stans are going to attack me right now.
Oh yeah,
but like,
that's because you know what, you hang out with a lot of those girls. Sorry, that was shade. Sorry.
Let's try to be but you know, I feel like, you know, they gave her so much credit. It's like, well, if it wasn't for Madonna, like this and this artist wouldn't be what they're, you know, where they're at. And like, I've almost been like, I feel like I attended some workshop that I didn't sign up for, where people just like lecture me on why this person is their fave, and it just gets kind of annoying. And like, if like, it kind of consumes their personality, you know, like all you know them for is for being a stan for this one musician, and it's like, is there anything else more to you, or is all we're going to talk about every time I see you? Because I'm not going to want to hang out with you anymore. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I mean, I had a friend who like DM'd this guy on Instagram about like his fave, and he was kind of like playing with him, like kind of insulting his fave, but like playing with him, and they like like they had been mutuals with each other for a minute, and the guy just was like cussed him out and then followed him immediately. And so, yeah, and so, it is interesting, and I know like I really don't tell people that I don't like Madonna very often because I'm just like I'm gonna hurt your feelings. I'm gonna hurt your feelings right now. Like if I have to go on the list of why I don't like Madonna, I will hurt your feelings. So let's just say I don't enjoy her music, and I don't. So that's the truth.
I just thought of another Stan situation that I was in. I went on this date with this guy who was a Britney Spears stan, and like this was our first dinner together. And like while we were talking, I forgot how we mentioned. I was like, oh yeah, one of my friends is also like a Britney Spears fan or whatever. He's like, oh my god, really? And then he asked me like, do I have the album? And I forgot what. I think it was like Blackout at the time. That's how old this date was. I was like, no, I don't have the album, but I've heard some of the tracks and I really like it. And I made the mistake of asking this person. I was like, oh, if you have the album, can you do me a favor and just like burn me a copy?
Dumb bitch.
I know. Well, I didn't realize how much of a stan he was, and his face went from like happy to like someone just died. He was like, did you just ask me to burn you a copy of the Britney Spears album? And I was like, yeah. He was like, no, you're going to buy it and you're going to help her get to number 1. And I was like, I think she's doing okay right now. But if you really feel that way, I can just ask someone else to burn me a copy.
Oh, bitch. He was looking to get out of that date.
I was. And then he was like, I don't think this is going to work. And he like literally stopped the date because
Was he white?
No, this is
really
no. Yeah, the shocking part is this guy's Asian.
Oh, that's not surprising.
Oh,
and I was like, oh man, like I really wanted to just. I thought it was kind of funny, but he really took it. He took it to another level. Like I insulted his God or something.
Count your blessings, girl.
Yeah, that was God warning you.
Truly, you didn't need to be there. That was wow. I don't think I've ever been on a date with the Stan. Oh, I don't think I've ever been on a date with the Stan before.
That you know of.
I mean, I think because you're the Stan of the date. Oh, is that?
Is that too much tea?
Well, I feel like I'm reasonable, right?
I think you are for the most part. You're slightly less reasonable than I
am. Where am I not reasonable?
I think you're a little bit more aggressive about people not feeling the same way about your faith.
But aggressive isn't reasonable. Oh, I mean, aggressive is not reasonable. They're you know.
Okay.
What you're saying, I get it. You're saying this right here, bitch.
I'm just backing away slowly. I'm that Homer gif backing into the bushes.
I was gonna say my worst experiences have been with a barb or with the barbs. Like
honestly and truly, I don't know what it is about the barbs, but y'all got something going on.
I'm just gonna be blunt. The barbs are kind of dumb. Like
Wait, what is like the most intense like thing that's happened to you from a barb?
I've just witnessed it. I've never been actually involved because I kind of just avoid that whole situation. I don't like it. Like it's fine if you like Nicki Minaj, and I like Nicki Minaj. I like some of her songs, but when it comes to like the stands, there's just a lot of like I feel like there's delusions there.
There was an episode of this show where it was the week when Nicki dropped Barbie Tings and Chun-Li. Mm-hmm. And I think like Everything Is Love dropped like right before or something like that. And like we didn't record a week. So I remember like that week we didn't talk about it because like Beyonce.
Somebody was mad that we didn't talk about that. I forgot about that.
And I remember going into my mentions and like seeing like 2 to 3 people like mad at me that like we didn't talk about it. And like I was just like, this is a free podcast. We don't like
talk about it to yourself.
Talk like, bitch, you follow us on Twitter. Like you saw what we were talking. Like, and it's just stuff like that, or like I've had barbs just like randomly like text me, just be like, what the fuck? Like, and it's just like because of stuff we said off of here, or because I'm critical of Nicki and I think she's acting like crazy, like. They just do all kind of stuff. And it's just also like the barbs tend to drag people without like using facts. And that's just kind of, I mean, look, they're beautiful gowns.
I'm scared for your inbox, Rakeem.
Look, I love the mute button.
Oh.
But, I mean, I would say my most positive experiences have been with Florence and the Machine stands. I feel like they're really great.
Oh yeah, let's go there. I
forgot I was a Florence and the Machine fan. I'm really pure when it comes to Florence. Because what do you say? Like, nobody's talking shit about Florence. She's just too pure.
Everyone is like snorting crystals and like drinking rosé. I love it. Like,
what is some good things that has happened to you guys from stands?
Well, this is not my story, but it's Mark. This homeless guy, he gave this homeless guy was giving this homeless guy money, and the homeless guy saw his hat and was like, "Oh, you like Beyonce?" And he was like, "Yeah." And so then the guy was like, "Never mind, I don't want your money." And I think that's positive because he got to keep his money.
Wait.
That took a different turn.
I actually saw that guy at Pride too. He's like, I've seen him around LA a lot. I saw him at Pride one year.
I don't think there's anything. I mean, it's funny now that you asked what's the positives of standing. It's like, well,
you kind of meet and bond with people. Yeah. I think sometimes you guys start finding that you have a mutual.
With anyone from standing.
I feel like our friendship. We all met up at the Beyonce concert. That was the first time the four of us were ever together. Was at Formation 2016.
That's true. Stan culture did bring us together.
Wait, did John just agree that we just met at the Rose Bowl?
Oh my God. Four of us were together for the first time.
Yes!
I said all
Stan
of us.
Culture brought me that moment. We stand.
No. All of us at the same time for the first time. I remember where I met you.
Basically, John has a memory of Rakeem before Rakeem's memory of John. So Rakeem has just been pretending that he's never met John before the Beyonce concert.
But that's not...
Okay. Thank you, Base. Keyword is pretending, because we know the truth.
John is not a liar, but you have occasionally.
What?
John is not a liar, but you have lied occasionally. So I'm willing to believe his word.
I've lied occasionally, but... Okay. Wait till we click off air.
So, anything else about Stan culture?
John is pure of heart. I don't know. I don't really have much else to say, I guess, on the subject. I don't know. We got through the toxicity of
all I want to say is,
culture.
Y'all don't get, like, when your fave does something, you have to hold them accountable.
True. We held Beyonce accountable when she appropriated Indian culture. And
she didn't do that, Baze, because that never happened.
Okay, bitch. So, okay.
I'm kidding.
How you just go say hold them accountable and now you not holding them accountable?
I'm joking.
That never happened. I mean, that video did. I haven't seen anything about that video since it showed up. Like, it popped up and everyone dragged it and then it just disappeared.
You're right.
Beyonce was like, nope, it's a wrap. Scrap it.
You can't appropriate if it never happened.
Wow.
I guess. If that's how that works, then sure.
This episode of Stan Culture is really backfiring.
How's it backfiring for me? People know that I'm being sarcastic.
Do they?
I'm kidding.
Are you?
Do they know?
Barb?
Do they know? But do they know? Do they really know?
Do they really know?
I mean, all I have to say is don't bully anybody. It's okay to, like, cheer for someone, but don't make anyone's life, I don't know, worse because they're not training with you, I guess.
I'm looking at the Renee stands in our mentions every week.
I'm just scared that Renee is going to have some words for us about this Stan culture conversation. He's going to be like, bitch.
Our inbox is going to be full because Renee is going to DM.
It's going to be Renee writing in. First of all, I just want to say... As a long-time listener since day one.
Long-time listener, first caller. But Renee actually has stands. Didn't we name them?
He does have stands. The Renadiators. He's like, I'm writing a strongly worded letter from the bathroom of this 24-hour fitness.
Bye.
I just want to say.
I thought we were going to stop with the 24-hour.
Who said that?
I'm currently at the, what is that sex club called in Berkeley?
Steamworks?
I'm currently at the Berkeley Steamworks And I want you to know that I stopped in the middle of group sex just so that I could write this email.
Not stopped in the middle of group sex.
I stopped because he's listening to us on the earpods.
I took off
He's listening to us in the orgy.
In the orgy on the earpods. He just has one earpod in so he can hear it out the other ear. What's going on.
Imagine you walk into a sex club and instead of playing techno music, they're just playing our podcast.
Bitch, that's what I would listen. Bitch, I would listen. I would honestly, if I haven't been to a bathhouse in a minute, but like if I was to go into a bathhouse, I would just put in some earpods and listen to my own music. I don't want to hear that shit.
Imagine you going to the bathhouse and you hearing Right Rakim, John Renee bass.
Right Rakim, John Renee bass.
All right.
Ain't you that rah bitch?
Okay, let's go.
Okay.
All right.
So we'll be back with Wait. Let me actually look and see if any of you niggas wrote an email to us really quickly. We won't be back with shit.
We do have emails.
Wait, do we? Bro. Hello. And welcome to Mail of Color. Whew, we have a very perturbed individual who's written into us this week. They say, I just wanted to let everyone know that Beyonce not only knows Tinashe, but has had Tinashe open for her during the first On the Run tour with DJ Khaled in New York.
You better say that shit. Speak them facts.
I believe. Oh, well, I'm glad. I hope then that she will now have an in for when she eventually has to work for her as her backup dancer. I believe Crystal noted this in one of the Read episodes. I can't take the Tinashe slander any longer and have considered unstanding bays. Well, listen, do what you gotta do. Do what you gotta do. I'm a strong believer in going where your heart leads you. It's not her fault her label pigeonholes her. No, that's not her fault. But it doesn't matter whose fault it is.
Rakeem, did you write this?
No.
Love the show. Keep up the hard work. Y'all have no idea what an impact the show has had on my life as a queer black person. Stand talent and make sure you vote for Tinashe on Dancing with the Stars. Love, Tinashe's biggest apologist.
Wait, first of all, Tinashe doesn't need apologists because she didn't do anything wrong.
Ooh. Well, you dragging your fellow stan, girl. But in any case, I agree. I think that Tinashe is actually super talented, and I definitely think that I don't think it's her fault. At the end of the day, though, her career is where it's at, and it doesn't really matter whose fault it is. It's where it's at. So yeah. So, like I said, I really wish her luck in all of her future endeavors, and I hope that she doesn't have to become a backup dancer or a dance instructor. But if her career continues to go the way that it is going, I don't see what else she could do. Maybe she could get a job at Trader Joe's.
Oh no!
Like Jeffrey Owens.
Stop it!
I'm sure you could put in a good word for her,
bitch.
What? I've never said that Tinashe is not talented. I've never ever said that.
Okay, but there's still shade coming out of your mouth.
There's no but. I mean, but her career is where it's at. Like, there's no question. It doesn't really matter whose fault it is. It's there.
But it does matter. That's just like saying it doesn't matter that racism is here because of slavery. It's here. It does matter.
You just compare Tinashe's career to racism to years of structural racism
because she's a mixed woman.
Okay, it's light skin discrimination.
Yes.
If she was dark skinned, she would have a much bigger
colorism, bitch.
Yes, it's too bad she has straight hair. She should have nappy ass 4C hair. Then she would really make it.
Stop.
Why are we like?
No, yeah, this? I mean, yeah. Again, I agree. She's very talented, and I do hope that things end up working out for her. And that's the honest truth.
I hope that she's happy. It doesn't matter if they quote work out. I just want you to be happy, sis.
Yes, and you know what? I think she would be really happy on tour with Beyonce.
Or a joint album, right?
No, I meant like dancing for Beyonce.
Oh shit! Baze,
I think she'd be very happy. I think they have a great energy. That team has a great energy. All the dancers love Beyonce, and they all seem to love each other. I think she would really thrive in that environment.
Goodbye.
Anyway, so we have another person who says, "Hey, yeah," but no. Also, thank you for writing in. We do appreciate your words, and I'm sure Rakeem feels a little less lonely today.
Bye, Troy.
Hey, yeah, I wanted to ask you guys a question to answer on the podcast next week, if you will. Today, I was listening to an interview conversation Sam Smith gave on fellow UK musician George Ezra's podcast.
Oh, yes.
I don't know why I said it like that. Sorry. George Ezra and Friends. In this interview, he said that he was asked by a journalist, "Can you explain to me how a man loving a man is the same as loving a woman?" A question to which he was upset and pissed off by, even cried afterwards, because he really didn't know how to answer the question or feared saying the wrong thing. But he replied to the interviewer anyway in a pissed off way, "It's the same." Then the interviewer replied, I don't understand how the love is the same," and he just moved on. Upon hearing the question, I myself was irritated and angry that such ignorance exists in people. But after thinking about it, now coming from a place of empathy and genuinely wanting to answer the question in hope of being educative, I then decided to actually, I never heard that. I never heard educated be, okay, conjugate that word. Educative. Okay, bitch, I'm gonna use that. I then decided to actually think about the question and imagine what I would say if someone proposed it to me. But I couldn't come up with a single response that would be articulate or communicate clearly an answer that might enlighten the person's confusion or ignorance. So I want to ask you guys how you would respond to that question. What would you say if someone asked you, can you explain to me how a man loving a man is the same as loving a woman? And what would be your follow-up if they said, I don't understand how the love can be the same? Love always, Michael.
Thank you for writing in, Michael. This is interesting to me because I feel like this is a situation in which there's a few different ways you can handle it, and I don't think that any of them are wrong. Like, I think if you get visibly upset by it, that's one way you can handle it. I personally would have just like brushed it off and been like, it's not the same because I like to get fucked in the ass, or I like to fuck people in the ass, or whatever, or something. I don't know. But I don't know. I don't think it is the same, and I don't think it needs to be the same. And I would tell them that it's not, and that I'm proud of it not being the same, and that's fine. Like, why does it need to be that? And you don't need to understand it. And next question. Mm-hmm. So, Sam Smith is just interesting because it's just kind of like, I read somewhere on Twitter that someone said that Sam Smith lives like 6 years behind everyone else, and I'm just starting to think that that's completely true because like. It's like, I don't like, not to like judge, but I just don't feel like that's a question I would get emotional over. Like
I'm just like, girl, grow up.
Like why don't men love women the same way? Or why doesn't a gay person love a man the same way they love a woman? Because I'm gay. Like, what do you mean? Like,
because we don't have, like, neither one of us is a woman, so it's not going to be the same. We also aren't carrying the same baggage that straight men are carrying when they're into relationships with women. We also have our own baggage that we're carrying into relationship with each other that straight men are not going to carry into the relationships they have with women. So it's just different because it's different. We're men. We've been socialized as men if we're cis all our lives. And it's just different. We interact with each other. We try to replicate heterosexual relationships. It usually doesn't work. It does work for some people though, so I don't know.
I was gonna jump on board with you guys and say that the question is sort of flawed because it forces you to say, like, why is it the same when it's not? At least we don't get to.
Well, it was why is it the same because he said it was the same. Sam Smith said it was the same.
Whoa!
Yikes! Of course.
Okay, I didn't know that part. I mean, I think he meant to say
so hard.
I think he's one of those people who is like, love is love is love.
Love is love.
And, you know, and like, that's kind of corny to me because we know it's not real for a lot of us. Like, love is love until you're walking down the street, until someone calls you a faggot. Like, it's not the same for us. And so that would be my answer, is that like, it comes with a lot more struggles. And so I get why a lot of people celebrate Pride because, you know, they have a lot of pride in coming from this place where we were told we weren't allowed to love each other, love ourselves. So I don't know. It's not the same to me.
God, Sam Smith makes it so hard for me. Whatever. Anyway.
Oh, right, because you're attracted to him, huh?
Oh.
I forgot about that.
So that was this episode of Podcast of Color.
He makes it so easy for me because I don't like his ass.
We're so grateful that everyone, was listening to the show this week.
Who are you thanking this week?
Actually, all of y'all. Because Who Child the Ghetto is officially done. It's over. It is off the wall. I'm actually recording in the next room. I'm about to paint the walls back. I want to say thank you so much to everyone that came out to support the show, that came to see it. To the people that came in person, people that drove from like the IE, people that drove like from San Diego, other artists that came to support, other gallerists that came to support. Like, I'm just like Ramon and I are so grateful for that. So thank you so much. And also too, I think I said this last time, but again, Grindr, I'm still working on the campaign with that, so just be on the lookout for that. And also thank you to Grindr for letting Ramon and I go on Instagram and take over your Instagram last week for the show. And then lastly, thank you to Gay Times Magazine for doing, and Clifford for doing the beautiful photographs of niggas on the beach.
Yes, okay.
And lastly to the Lord,
okay.
My God, Jesus Christ, who without I would have nothing. Amen.
Wow. As a atheist, this offends me.
Are you an atheist?
Problematic.
I want to thank Kim Petras for this album that I'll be listening to all month. Who do you have to thank, babes?
Oh, you made it sound like you were going to say something else.
No, that's
I'd like to thank whoever put that fisting video on my timeline. It was interesting seeing their rosebud bloom and fall out of their asshole a little bit and then get sucked right back in.
The sound effects. Did we need the sound effects?
We did, and actually, maybe we can use even more in post-production. Yes. So yes, thank you for that imagery. Thank you for bringing that into my life.
You welcome.
Yes, that is all. Thank you.
Okay.
They really like me. They really like me. I'm good.
So with that, you can find us at Twitter on Trash of Color and Podcast of Color everywhere else. Please be sure to send in your honey roast and your emails and questions to podcastofcolor@gmail.com. And with that, we'll see y'all next week.
Happy Halloween month.
Happy spooky Halloween.
Yeah, spooky pussies.
This podcast is executively produced by Aaliyah J. Daniels, LaShawn McGee, Damian Pelliccioni, Christopher Rodriguez, John Kagandahan, Hakeem Cunningham, Baze White, and Renee Hernandez.